Welcome to another video by All Chiefed Up, where we do Kansas City Chiefs news, analysis, and more. Today, we're just asking for 10 minutes of your time to listen about our running back, Clyde Edwards-HELAIRE. He gets disrespected a lot, and I think we could all, calm our ADD for a minute and just listen about the man for a little while.
Yeah, so go use the bathroom, get a snack, get something to drink, come on back, and let's talk about Clyde.
And while half of you are getting snacks, the other half should smash that like button right now. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet, and hit the bell so you get notifications of when we come out with new content. And any super thanks over $4.99, and we're going to send you out a keychain and some stickers.
Yeah, so let's just jump right into it, man. So we all know Clyde. He's a little guy. We took him in the first round. That's why he gets a lot of his hate, because that first round running back stigma. But yeah, he's 5'7". They got him between 207, 210. Either way, he's just a little bowling ball, right? He runs a 4.6 40. But you know what I found interesting? When they do all the analytics there at the draft time, he had a 128.7 burst score, which means he's in the 90th percentile. So that must have been why we give him such a hard look there.
Probably. I mean, obviously, the guys saw something. That was Patrick Mahomes' choice, as you'd mentioned in a prior video. But yeah, Clyde reminds me of Maurice Jones-Drew, just like the little low to the ground, fast wrecking ball. And I think he's got a lot of potential. He's not quite hit that ceiling. I think a lot of people give him a hard time, but he's had a lot of injuries to deal with, and it's not been like a perfect outing in his first couple of years as a Chief. But I think this year he's going to do a lot of good things.
Yeah, we're hoping so. So Clyde grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. What is the deal with the strong Louisiana ties that we have to the Chiefs?
I can name three off the top of my head. Clyde, Justin Reed, and L'Jarius Sneed are all from Louisiana.
Yeah, it seems like every time we do in these player spotlights, it comes back to Louisiana somehow.
That's where all the good
But
football players are at, bro.
I know. So
They
he went
just
to.
pumping them out down there in
They do.
Louisiana.
It's a factory down
It's
there,
like
baby.
when they have the baby, they're just like, does he look like he can be a football player? If not, just give him away, send him to a different state, send him to
Yeah,
California or something.
for real. They're getting rid of you if you ain't playing. But yeah, he went to Catholic high school. That's not a typo. It just says Catholic high school. So it's very generic high school apparently for the Catholics.
Shout out
But
Priest Butker.
yeah, shout out. Yeah, he was a star track athlete, played some football. I thought it was kind of cool that he was the first freshman to play with Catholic high school on the varsity team in 30 years. That's how good Clyde was.
That's crazy.
It's pretty crazy. His senior year, he had 58 carries for 496 yards and 10 touchdowns, and they actually won the Louisiana 5A state championship game, and he was the MVP that game. He had 249 total yards and a tutty. So kid can play.
Yeah, so I wonder if Clyde's actually Catholic or if he just went to the Catholic school.
I don't know. Here in Kentucky, high schools aren't supposed to recruit for athletes, but we notice our Catholic schools recruit.
St. X.
Trinity.
Yeah,
You'll see them all the time.
They do it.
Okay, so yeah, Clyde ended up going to LSU. Louisiana kid going to LSU, that's got to be the dream. They told him he was too small to play running back. He did pretty solid, to be honest. But we'll get back to a little bit of Clyde's childhood, I guess. His mom is named Tonge. Am I saying that right? Tongi? Tonge. I don't know how to. It's Clyde. I'm sorry I butchered that. No disrespect to your mom, Tongi.
I'm not even taking a shot at that one. Let's just call her Clyde's mom.
Okay, his dad's named Clyde as well. Okay, so Clyde's actually a junior. I didn't know that. He don't go by junior, but his dad ended up getting into some drugs. The DEA come busted him up when Clyde was just a baby, put him in prison for 30 years for cocaine possession. And his mom eventually met a guy named Shannon, who coincidentally worked at the DEA. He worked in narcotics.
Dun,
So,
dun, dun.
yeah,
Hey, all I got to say, Clyde Sr., he must have been moving some heavy product, bro. How do you get 30 years for cocaine possession? He's obviously trafficking. Maybe he was in with the Mexican cartel.
dude, they found a lot. He was doing it to support his mom. His mom had come up on some hard times and he just turned to some friends. He didn't think it was going to happen. They kicked his door down, just took him to jail for 30 years, man. And Clyde didn't have a dad, but his stepdad, Shannon, stepped up. And yeah, back to that theory. I have a little theory. What if Tanj was talking to Shannon on the side and they set him up?
This is
Like
a
the,
big possibility the way
the,
this is sounding.
the DEA agent comes kicking in your door just out of nowhere and takes you to prison for 30 years. Maybe.
Clyde's mom, we're going to need an explanation on that one.
Yeah, so just a theory. But anyways, Clyde's stepdad, he's a pretty good dude. He was always there for Clyde. He actually put his name dash Hilaire at the age of 14 for a little bit of tribute to his dad to honor him, his stepdad. So yeah, now they all get along. His dad got out of jail, after I think he served 14 years, turned his life around in there, and now they're all three together, like big co-parenting.
So do you think it's like the movie Daddy's Home? Like his dad comes back and he's got the dorky by the book stepdad, and his dad's just rough around the edges and stuff and just scares him. Yeah, but
It's just
they have it together Christmas and things like that.
yeah, he
It,
just buys him things. Like
even
he
though
actually
hey,
he
even though Clyde's 23 years old now, they still have it together Christmas, and he sits down and unwraps the presents in front of everybody.
yeah, they wear sweaters and matching pajamas.
I could see Clyde in a little Santa hat, like a little elf outfit, maybe. That'd be cool.
When his biological father got out of jail, he did buy Clyde his first car. He bought him a black Mustang, and Clyde really likes cars apparently. So
Clyde's the big time car guy. He restores them. He gets a lot of the old cars and restores them and makes them all nice and fancy. Actually, he has a 1971 Oldsmobile Cutlass that he's redone. That thing's pretty sweet. I've seen a picture of that. He says that his ultimate goal is to get a 1967 Fastback Mustang and redo that. I think that'd be pretty sweet. Those are awesome cars.
that's pretty cool, actually. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys know about this, but in college, I maybe had heard it in passing, but it just got brought up to me the other day, and I was like, wait a second, Clyde actually was in a attempted robbery, and Clyde had to defend himself. He had to shoot someone, and the police got called and everything, and they come and they determined it was self defense. But yeah, Steve, what do you know about that, man?
Was it ever clarified if he actually shot the guy or was it his buddy? Like, I know it doesn't matter regardless. It was self-defense. It wasn't like, malicious or anything like that. But that's a traumatic life event. Like, if you have to go to that length, I think taking another human's life, even if it's in defense, I mean, that's got to mess with you. So I wonder if it was him or if it was his friend.
Well, I did a little digging last night because I went down the rabbit hole, and this is what apparently the best I could come up with. Apparently, Clyde wanted to sell an electronic. It was been linked that it could have been a PS4, and that they met some guy on Craigslist, and they went to kind of a shady part of town. Him and his friend. His friend was named Jared Small. He was a walk-on linebacker, I believe. They went, met this guy. The dude's name was Kobe Johnson. Apparently, they let him in the truck to take a look at the electronic. I don't know about you, but if I go meet somebody to sell things, I'm not letting them crawl in my truck, dude.
Especially off of Craigslist. I feel like if you're meeting somebody off of Craigslist, you got like a 95% chance that it's some kind of a robbery attempt. Like it's like the sleazy of the sleazy. Like
Right.
we're gonna see some like characters off of Deliverance come out of the woodwork or something like that.
Yeah,
Like some real sketchy guys.
it was in a pretty sketch part of New Orleans as well. But anyway, yeah, he gets in. Apparently, he starts looking at the PS4, and he alludes that he has a gun, or he actually draws a gun. I couldn't figure that out. He wants to take the PS4. He wants to rob him. And Clyde was apparently in the front seat. His friend was in the back seat with the kid. And Clyde felt, I'm going to say right now, Clyde likes to hunt. His stepdad was a law enforcement officer. I don't know the Louisiana state laws on open carry, concealed carry, or guns. The gun was legal. Clyde was probably well versed in how to use it, and he felt he had to use it for him and his friend. And like Steve said, self defense or not, that's a tough thing to go through at such a young age. But the kids held it together. They called the police. The police came, checked it out. The judicial system and the justice system worked. They looked at the facts. They looked at the evidence, and yeah, they determined it was self defense. And but Clyde still has to live with something like that, and that's rough, dude. Okay, let's get back to Clyde. So we all know Clyde. We're through all of his personal history. We're through his college years. He gets drafted with Kansas City. I think people forget that in Clyde's rookie season, the dude was a beast. We fed him the rock. Did you know that in his first game he ever played in a Kansas City Chiefs uniform, 25 carries for 138 yards. And in his sixth game he ever played for the Chiefs, 161 yards rushing, a career high. This kid was a flat out beast in his rookie season.
I mean, all the intangibles are there, man. I mean, he can play. It's just that he's been dealing with a lot of injuries. He's got to stay on the field. We've talked about that time and time again. I think if Clyde can stay healthy this year, everybody's going to see what he can do because he knows he's on the ropes a little bit. I mean, Chiefs Kingdom doesn't make it a secret that they don't like the guy. They think that he's been a bust. Everyone's mad that we didn't take Jonathan Taylor over him and things like that. So I think Clyde's definitely, he's going to get out there and show what he's got this year.
Yeah, so I think we also forget this is only Clyde's third year. Like it seems like he's been here a long time, but it's only year 3 for Clyde. His first year was cut short by injury. So we'll get into his injury history a little bit. Week 15 in the year 2000, his first year, 2020, not 2000. I'm crazy. He had a high ankle sprain. He had a hip strain. He missed 3 games. In 2021, he had another ankle sprain, but he didn't miss any games. He got that in the preseason. In week 5, he sprained his MCL. He missed 5 games. And in week 16, he hurt his clavicle. He missed 3 games. He lost a lot of his snap share count to Jerick McKinnon last year at the end of the year. And yeah, a lot of people think that we're not going to offer Clyde his 5th-year option and that we're going to part ways with him. What do you think about that, man?
I think it all hinges on this year. I think if he can stay healthy and put up a good, solid season, I think that they're going to sign him back. I mean, why wouldn't you? But yeah, he's got guys nipping at his heels like Isaiah Pacheco coming in there trying to steal his job. So, like I said, he's got to show what he's got this year. Now it's the time.
Yeah, I think in the first few games he's looked really good. I thought against Arizona, week 1, he looked pretty good. He had that burst. He was getting through the tight holes. That's what Clyde can do for you. Our offensive line's really good, especially in the rushing blocking schemes. And Clyde can find a little sliver, and you think you got him, but he'll squirt through for 4 or 5, 6 extra yards, and that's what makes Clyde so hard to tackle. He's a little bowling ball, and he's pretty elusive for his size.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really hard for defenders to actually see him sometimes. So, I mean, he's got that advantage. He's very strong too. He can bounce off of tackles like it's nothing. So, I mean, just low to the ground, good balance, fast, strong. I mean, like I said, he's got all the intangibles. I think he's just got to stay healthy.
Yeah, we always underestimate his pass catching ability. I think he does a good job catching the ball. He has pretty good field vision when he gets out there as well. Against the Chargers in week 2, just the game we just watched, he chunked off that big 50, 60-yard run there at the end, put the game away basically. He caught a few balls out of the backfield. I think Clyde's got everything. We just got to be patient, man. Like we talk about the backstory, we give you the backstory. You never know what people go through, like we just see, like we go to work and we hate our lives and we come home and footballs are out, man. We want these guys to come out and play like machines. But man, people have bad days anywhere. One bad day in football can get you hurt. That's what's happened with Clyde. He's had several bad days and got hurt. But yeah, man, you never know what these dudes are going through. They got big old cleats to walk in. I don't know if I'd want to do it, even as much as they get paid. Yeah, I'd probably try it for that amount. But other than that, yeah, man, it's tough. We're tough on these guys. And I feel like Clyde's one that I think we need to step back on, take a chill pill, let them finish this season, let them get through year 3, year 4. Once it comes to that 5th-year option, we can assess him. But I think till now, he's not been as bad as we like to think he is.
No, and you know what else he's good at? Duck
What?
hunting. Clyde's a duck hunter, and he's good at it.
Dude, we used to hunt ducks all the time. Remember we used to play the regular Nintendo?
Yeah, we played duck hunt. We were good at duck hunt too. But yeah, Clyde's a big time hunter. He seems like a country type of guy. Like I feel like he's
He
an
does.
outdoorsy type of guy. Like even when he's not driving one of his cars that he redid, he's driving like a Ford F-150 or something like that. Like just to me, and then we seen him riding a mini horse.
Right.
Clyde's, you think he's a regular horse rider too, or does he stop at the mini horses?
I don't know. If I was his size, I don't think I would his nickname is Clydesdale. But I
Right.
wouldn't see him getting on a Clydesdale. That's crazy. That's like me jumping on like a 747 jet trying to ride that bad boy. Yeah, man. But that's gonna wrap it up for Clyde today. The big thing with Clyde is let's get off his back a little bit, let him play. He's just now in year 3. He's looked good so far. Let's let him finish this season out and see what happens. Everybody has some injury problems. I mean, look at Saquon Barkley. That dude's been a disaster, and I guess you could call him a bust to a certain degree, but he's talented. I think Clyde's talented. Let's just give him time, man.
All right. If you guys are willing to give Clyde some time and see if he can actually pull off a really good year this year and change your mind, make sure to get in the comments and let us know about that. How do you feel about Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Do you think this is going to be the last year of him in KC? or do you think he succeeds this year and we sign him back on that extension? Also, if you enjoy the content, make sure to smash that like button right now. If you're not a subscriber yet, hit that subscribe button right now. We're trying to get to 5K before the season ends, and we're going to need your help. So make sure to share it with your friends, family, and other Chiefs fans. That way they know where to get good Chiefs content on YouTube. And once again, super thanks. Over $4.99, and we're going to send out a keychain and some stickers to you. We appreciate you guys that always come back and watch every video and chop it up with us down in the comments, talk about some Chiefs football. We truly enjoy it, and we appreciate you guys doing it. Mike, anything left for Chiefs Kingdom today?
Not much, man. Just get in the comments. Let us know what kind of snack you had from the beginning. Let us know what kind of videos you guys want to see. We haven't really asked you guys that, but we may do something, some suggestions. But yeah, enjoy the football talk, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you guys. There goes a sight from my soul.